Hello YouTube, it's Lion here with Hobbies of Man once again, and today we are doing another manga review. Now today's manga review is going to be over Wotakoi, Love is Hard for an Otaku. Now, this is written by Fujita. I don't know who they are, but I think they started out as an artist on this website called Pixiv, I think. And then they got picked up and published traditionally, right? So it's published by Kodansha, as you guys can see right there. Really good volume, really high quality. I was gonna complain about the price, but then I did the math, and I guess the pricing for this size is actually okay. Like, I was gonna say that it wasn't worth $18, and I still think I wouldn't pay $18 for this. But technically it is worth it. I mean, I did the math, and it's priced the same way everything else is priced, so it works. It's fine. It's good. The demographic is Josei, so this is the first Josei or shoujo I read ever. I've never read one before, and it really didn't feel all that different. I think the point of the story was a little bit different, and the art direction was more appealing towards women than men, but overall it was good. I didn't really notice that much of a difference, and I guess you wouldn't really notice it in Josei, since adult women and adult men really shouldn't, like, the differences wouldn't really be as large compared to shonen and shoujo, but that just might be a wrong opinion, so let me know in the comments, I guess. Now, this is a rom-com. I would call it a slice of life too, but Wikipedia only says rom-com, so that's what it is. It does have an adaptation, and that's actually how I learned about this. A friend of mine put the first couple episodes of this on once, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. So when my buddy Robert recommended it to me, I had to pick it up. So yeah, now the premise here is that it follows two different couples, so 4 people, as they go through their daily life and like their relationships. And I guess technically it actually only follows these two, and the other 2 are secondary characters, but they're pretty pivotal to every kind of situation, so I would say that it follows all 4 of them. The plotline here is good. It's an introduction. It's really quick development of the first relationship, of the relationship between these 2. It basically introduces them, tells you, hey, the girl is really embarrassed about being an otaku and doesn't want to tell anyone. And the guy is completely opposite. He doesn't really care about anything or anyone and what they think of him. He just wants to enjoy his life the way he wants to, which is playing video games. And then it's like, okay, they've known each other forever. She's really worried about not finding a relationship. He doesn't really care, but he likes her, so he's going to ask her out. And then, bam, relationship. And from there, we like live their lives, basically. We see their lives as their relationship develops, and they bring in their 2 friends who are also otakus, and that work with them. So really good stuff. It introduces more of those characters later, and then it evolves into short stories in chronological order. And I don't know, it's really enjoyable, and I really liked the story. I thought it was really good. I did have a few problems with the way that it was portrayed, I guess. Like, it might be different in Japan, but here in the US, I don't really think anyone cares if you're into nerd stuff. It's not really wrong for you to be into nerd stuff. And although a lot of people probably won't understand it if they're not into it as well, it's not like, oh God, he's such a nerd. You know, I'm never going to date him. I mean, I guess some people do things like that. But it's never been something that like really occurred to me that was like a problem. So it felt a little contrived when, you know, the girl that's our main character, who's really cute and really outgoing and really interesting, doesn't have a boyfriend because they find out she likes manga and stuff. I just thought it was kind of weird. Like, it's so odd. That's such a weird reason to like not be into her, right? So I don't know, I thought it was a little contrived, but beyond that, I think it was really well done. I really enjoyed the interactions everyone had. It's kind of weird because you would think that blue-haired guy and green-haired girl would be better in a relationship than the people that they're with. So let me tell you who I mean. So these two are in a relationship, and these two are in a relationship, right? But the way that they act, this guy would have a better relationship with her than this guy, and this guy would have a better relationship with her than him, right? So it's kind of interesting. It's kind of funny, and I assume, and I don't know if that's where it's gonna go, but I assume it's not, and I assume that the point is to show you, hey, people from very different lifestyles and character types can have beautiful, meaningful relationship with each other because there's always going to be common ground. And I assume that that's what the point is, right? Because I think that that's a good message to send. So I don't know, but I really enjoyed this. And although I don't know if I would pay $18, if there's sales, I'll probably get another one. Except for the last time I went to buy books because I wanted to buy different stuff that day. But I'll be on the lookout for more sales for buying more of these in the future. So yeah, the characters. There's not Namuri, who's the pink-haired girl, her. And then she's basically the main point of view, and she's a Fujoshi, which is like, she's really into boys' love, which is cool, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Apparently, it's like a big problem and people really dislike it. But I was just like, okay, why does that matter? She likes boys doing other boys. It's not like it's weird for men to like women doing that. So why is it weird for women to like guys doing it? I thought it was really odd, but I think it's like a cultural thing that I didn't really understand. And she's like in a closet otaku. And she has a really tough problem with guys not liking her after they figure out she's an otaku. I think the problem really is a Fujoshi aspect more than the otaku thing, but it's like a fear of hers that she doesn't want anyone to know. And then we have Hirotaka, who is the blue-haired guy, this one. And he's the main character. He's a gamer. He doesn't really care what anyone thinks, and he just lives his life the way he wants to, and it's really relaxing and really calm. And he's outwardly not very expressive, but in text, he expresses himself better, which is something that a lot of us in, you know, the 2000s kind of time period can really identify with, I think. And it was really nice that that was, you know, incorporated. Now, Kabakura is the second male character, and Hanako is the second female character. And Kabakura is like a baseline otaku, so like he enjoys otaku stuff, but he's not really like into it. Like he's not like hyper focused in it. And Hanako is like an otaku, but she only really likes the cosplaying aspect as far as I understand it. And she doesn't really care about video games or anime that much, which is interesting. Eh? You have a little bit of everything, and these four people have a really interesting relationship between all of them, and I really like it. Yeah, there's very nice relationships here. They're good and they're meaningful, and it's fun because these two are like very low-key but very loving relationship, and the other two are really low-key loving but high-key like noticeable that they're in a relationship and they're always fighting, and it's kind of funny, but it's also kind of like tiring. I think it would be not great if you're always fighting with the person that you're in a relationship with, but it's fun and it's enjoyable, and it kind of adds character to the relationships, and it makes them different and so noticeable, right? And that's really the point of this, right? It's that you can notice the problems and difficulties that they face and appreciate how well they deal with them, you know, as individuals. Yeah, so that's it for the characters. There's no world building, and the art is good. Some bits could be a little bit better, but overall, it's really enjoyable, and I like it. There's just some moments where it feels a little like stilted, like there's something missing there, or like the art captured the general like outline of stuff, but not the essence of it, if that makes sense. It's a really weird concept to try to describe. It's like it looks like a person, but it doesn't feel like a person, if that makes sense. It's kind of tough to describe this stuff, but yeah. And then there's no real fan service, but they do poke fun at the fact that, you know, there should be some fan service. And it's just funny. I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool that they didn't play into that trope. They just made fun of it. And yeah. So I do want to note that although this is technically a rom-com, I didn't laugh that much. I didn't find it that funny, but I did find it very wholesome and very enjoyable. And it did give me those like comfort vibes that I expect from rom-coms. So in that sense, it succeeded, although it wasn't really like funny. But I think it's just a subjective thing with comedy. You know, some elements of comedy are really funny to you and some are not. And it just happens, right? But it was good. I enjoyed it. So I recommend this title for sure. I can't really think of anything similar. I think if Komi ever turns into a proper rom-com where Tadano and Komi are dating, then that would be similar to this. But I'm not really sure that that's going to happen anytime soon. Or if it has happened, I haven't read it yet. So I can't really say that Komi-san will be a similar title. But yeah, that's basically it. I mean, I don't really have any other titles that I can think of that would be similar to this. So yeah, that's it for me. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know what you thought. And yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. See you guys later.